Hi everybody, it's Tiger Protector here, and today we're going to talk about getting beans, and I have a great way to do that. There's a great way if you're new that people will help you out in getting beans a lot faster, so we're going to talk about that. Well, how do you do that? Let's just go to our estate and see what we have already in our bank so we know what we're working with to start with. We're going to go to the book and go home. And let's look at our bank here. So you can see we have 143 remaining. So what I want to do is let's go on to the phone with Clarabelle, and I want to show you her catalog and see what kind of prices we've got here that we're dealing with, because you can see that some of the items are kind of expensive. So even basic things like shirts aren't too bad and that kind of thing, but flooring, statues, a lot of the clothing items, they get a little bit expensive as far as how many beans they require to buy them. So we need to get some more of these to be able to actually start getting some of these items. The bamboo rod alone is 400 beans, which is way more than we got. The reason it shows you 183 is because it's adding what you're holding and the bank together. Now let me show you how we are going to go about getting those beans. We want to go back to the playground to begin with. In our last video that I did with Hoppy, we did fishing to get beans, but there's a really good one when you're new, so you can get quite a few beans because there's so many generous toons in Toontown Rewritten that love to help one another. To do what I'm talking about today, we need to go all the way to Donald's Dreamland. And I can see from looking at this map that what we need to do is go from here into Minnie's Melody Land, because we don't have the ability to teleport yet, and then from Minnie's Melody Land we can go all the way to Dreamland. So let's do that. So now we're on Loopy Lane on Toontown Central Streets, and then we have to get to Minnie's Melody Land. So now we're right here at the entrance to Alto Avenue, which is a street that's found in Minnie's Melody Land. So let's go right through this tunnel. And now that we're here, we can get off the street because we don't want to get in a battle. And we can go ahead and hit back to Playground, and it'll take us right to Minnie's Melody Land. Now that we're here, we need to find Tenor Terrace, which you can see is over there in the distance. So let's go over there and get on to that street. You can tell from the sign it's going to take us to Dreamland, so this is the right one. Let's go. Now that we're on this street, we need to run all the way through to Donald's Dreamland. So let's go to that entrance. What you can see right here in front of me is a street called Lullaby Lane, which is actually part of Donald's Dreamland, which is right where we want to end up. So let's go ahead and go through this entrance. Let's get out of that street so we don't get in a battle. And now, because we're on a street that's actually part of Donald's Dreamland, we can just hit back to Playground to get right to that playground. Now that we're here, if we look down toward the ground there is not a lot of toons here at the moment. So what we need to do is find a district that has quite a few, because chances are that's where you're going to find some beans, and I'll tell you why that is. So let's look at the book, and we want to look at these districts, and you can see we're on Splat Summit, which is actually clicking on it. There's a lot of toons in this district. They're just not here. I happen to know that currently Zapwood is another one that's really busy. That has 364 tunes on it, so we clicked on that and we're going to teleport there instead. And let's see what we find when we get there. So let's look around here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of tunes. When tunes complete the CFO, they get unites, and some unites are for Jellybeans, and they love to give those out. They're just generous, and it's just a great thing to do, and I highly recommend you do it as well when you get beans from doing CFOs. It's a great thing to do. It feels awesome to give those beans out to tunes that really need it in this district, or whatever district's real busy that everybody happens to be hanging out. So right now Zapwood is the one. It may change. I've seen it change. I know that we were on Spot Summit before, and I've seen that district be the one that everybody was getting beans on, and that's not the case right now. Now it's Zapwood. What you want to do is just look around in the book at the districts if you need to figure out which one's real busy, because that's probably the right one where beans are being given out right now. We're going to hang out here for a minute and see what happens. All these Z's indicate that somebody might fall asleep, so you may want to just keep your tune moving for a minute. If you're too far back when a tune decides to give out beans, you may not be close enough to get them, so just kind of stay with this crowd. There's also things known as Bean Fests that are actually planned events just for this purpose. But the nice thing is people do it all the time, and that's why people hang out hoping someone comes by with a nice load of beans, and there you go, we just got some. So we just got 100 beans if you look down here on the left, and here comes some more. This is a great way to get beans when you're new especially, and just keep hanging out, you'll just keep getting them. This is great. So we've had 300 beans here in just the last couple minutes. Exactly what I was hoping for. Here's even more. And that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope you get all kinds of beans. You'll be able to buy all kinds of things you want out of Clarabelle's catalog, and you may also be able to get that doodle you've been wanting. So there's all kinds of great things that can come out of doing this. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew about this. Definitely remember to say thank you for the beans when someone does give those to you. It's a really nice thing to do. I hope this really helped you, gave you a great tip. Look for my other videos that have even more tips and strategies about Toontown Rewritten. And as always, thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe.